Here we go then, boys and girls. I'm redoing that. I got distracted by the league table as I was partway through. Well, after a little bit of a rough patch in the middle of the season, we are now finally top of the league once again. It's all in our hands. Let's just go and win the league and then buy a load of Brazilian teenagers. Right, this is the situation then. We had a bit of a rough patch, then lots of wins, but then we lost to Livingston, which has made things interesting for the run-in. We're one match away from the split. We're 2 points clear of Celtic. Obviously, we're going to have to play everybody in the top half again once we get through these 2 games against Hearts. One is in the league, one is the Scottish Cup semi-final, but hopefully in about 2 hours we'll be celebrating winning a double. Treble, in fact. Didn't we already win the League Cup this season? The treble. That's what I'm talking about. So let's beat Hearts now. Let's beat them again. And then let's go and do all the other winning. Easy. We want trophies. Trophies. I don't know if I'm brave enough to cook it at home. Anna won't eat it. She refused to try it in Scotland as well. So I'd have to buy an entire haggis, cook an entire haggis, and then just feed it to myself. How well does it keep once you've got... Is it all right cold? I don't know if I trust myself to cook a haggis. They do sell them in the supermarket. I bet supermarket ones are great. What's happened there? I did a panel, by the way, at Comicon. Anyone who was in the Lego stream last night, I think we talked about it there. No spoilers. This is just for the Twitch people, so I don't want Lego people spoiling this. I did 2 panels at Comicon. The normal neurodiversity one that was, as usual, standing room only. Lovely stuff. But I did another one at 5 p.m. It was an industry one rather than a to the public one. It was about advocacy in social media, like disability advocacy, LGBTQ plus advocacy, that kind of thing. It was at 5 p.m. and a show that ends at 6 p.m. 2 floors above the rest of the show, up in the Platinum Suite, so well away from the action. And it was you could only attend it if you were an industry creator or press. How many people do you think turned up for that panel? So to remind you again of the criteria, 5 p.m. start, entire show finishes at 6. 2 floors away from everything else, and only a very limited selection of people are allowed to attend. How many people do you think turned up to that panel? And D. Draco needs timing out for spoiling it, despite being told not to. Control yourselves. Yeah, nobody turned up, yet we still did it. The moderator was like, well, should we get started then? There was nobody in the room. Don't actually time them out, Gatford. Goodness me. Yeah, nobody turned up, yet we did it anyway. And then about halfway through, one person turned up. And then, I mean, so there's no way they can leave now. They've been personally welcomed. They've had personalized introductions. They can't then 5 minutes in go, oh, this isn't what I fancy. So they had to stay to the very end. Yeah. And they were the one person who turned up. Oh, right. That is the last league game before the split. Now we've just got the cup semi-final. And then the final 5 games post-split, and presumably the cup final, because obviously we're going to beat them lot again. 18-year-old striker still in Colombia. We've probably already looked at him. I imagine we've already tried to sign him at some point. I mean, I guess we could try. Oh, you know what? We might sign this guy. I've got such an eye for talent. So if we stick 900,000 down up front and then get the old Never Never involved. Boom. Have we got any really good 18-year-olds apart from him? Diego Diaz. who is also a striker, also in Colombia, also quite good. Probably a better striker, actually, because he's got the pace that this guy doesn't have. They'd be a lovely strike partnership. I think we probably get this guy as well. Oh, wow, they play for the same team as well. So I guess they are a strike partnership at the moment. Presumably they play together up front for this team. They don't. They only play one striker. And we're trying to take both of them. He's actually Scottish. I guess we should probably take him as well then. He's not got huge potential, but he's relatively cheap. He's 18 and he's Scottish. And I think that combination of things means we should absolutely be signing him. Oh, blimey. Immediately accepting the offers. I mean, I hope these two don't talk to each other because we also only play with one striker. And I'm telling them both they're going to be an important player. They're both going to be a backup to Brendan. And I'm sure that's fine. I can't lock this in. Oh, I've ruined that one. He's the one I wanted as well. Well, I imagine his price will go up once we've confirmed the deal for his buddy. There you go. That's us through to the final. So now we've got our final 5 league games plus the Scottish Cup final. If we win the next 6 games, we win the treble. The big one, the Scottish treble. And we play Rangers in the final. There you go. We play them in our last 2 matches. They're not likely to be in the title race. But they could act as spoiler. And they've rejected the offer for him. I mean, we don't need him. Oh, wow. I did say as soon as the sale for the other one goes through, the price for this guy shoots up. If I hadn't have ballsed up, we'd have got them both. But now they've sold the other guy. They don't need the money as much. So all of a sudden, this guy's price is much higher. So I suspect he's not as much of a deal anymore. We want Diego Diaz. We kind of do. He is pretty good. If we're not going to get Vinicius, we may as well get this guy. We are now playing over the odds for him. It's not balls up in the same way again. There we go. Oh, he's the... So they hadn't actually got the money for him because it hadn't even gone through. But we'll sign him anyway. We'll take them both. We'll have multiple Colombians. They'll both become homegrown at club as well, which will be super duper. Right, so Hibs away. Every match is a must-win match now. Yikes. Offside, ref? It was never offside, but that could have been offside. I think that was offside. Not happy with what I've just seen. Flat defending there. They've just let him run through them. We've only had 1 shot in the entire match. We've been so poor in this match, and I don't understand why. I don't know what's got into us. This is the worst we've played all season. We're just not creating anything. They're somehow cancelling us out. They're using some kind of witchcraft. And I don't care for it. We might have to sign all their players and then release them. Just so they don't have them anymore. Sign them all and loan them out to League One teams in England. Hideous. Absolutely hideous. What on earth? How are we losing 3-0? We just have to win. We're still... Nothing has changed. If we win our 5 remaining games, we win the treble still. Nothing has changed. Big 5-0 win incoming. Come on, let's do a football. Celtic play Rangers, so hopefully they lose. Just to give us the opportunity to pull out a little bit of a gap at the top. Football? Did he just... I was like, he cleared that. Our own player seemed to clear it. But then he did score eventually, so I'll let him off. Celtic are beating Rangers, so that makes this game quite important. Celtic are 2-0 up over Rangers. That makes this game quite important. On the topic of buttocks as well, boys and girls, I also have some exciting news which I think I can now announce. If it doesn't happen, it's because I announced it too prematurely and it fell through. But off the back of the Wembley save and selling lots of Wembley replica shirts, I told the club on Friday how much money I was sending them, which I'm not going to share, but it was more than they were expecting. And they offered, in exchange for me sending them that money, a LOLLUJO logo on next season's kits. So we are going to be in the buttock position on Wembley's shorts in real life next season. So back of the shorts on the bottom will be the channel logo on their real life shorts next season. We're literally sponsoring Wembley players' bums. Right, what's up with Lynn? Broken ribs. That's not even an injury. Footballers don't need ribs. It's not called rib ball. Quit whinging and play football. Oh, wow. Okay. We've qualified for the Champions League, apparently. And because that's happened early, we don't get any transfer budget because that's what was already left over anyway. So we've made the rookie error of not spending last season's budget quickly enough. So they've now got away, despite us having a year of Champions League money, they've got away with not giving us any budget. That's just what we already had. I mean, it's fine. It's still the biggest budget we've ever had, but that is effectively a budget of 0 they've just given me. Here we go. It's not a Brendan longish throw because Brendan's not on the pitch. But Gregory looking to make something happen on the right-hand side. Here we go, look. We're conjuring. Oh, that's a dangerous pass. That's why Mensah's getting a new contract. Lovely work from him. Now Gregory has another crack at it. Here we go. Football goal. Come on. One of our many Brazilian wonder kids. All right, we'll have a goal here then. Just to finish things. We don't even need to take the corner. Don't worry about it. Just time waste and the referees are on our side, apparently. Love a bit of referee corruption. Right, now it's the big one. Away against Celtic. We win this, we win the league. Possibly even mathematically. But certainly, effectively. We've got 2 games left. We're 1 point clear of them. Yeah, if we win this, we win the league. Oh, we can win the league at Celtic. Oh, this will be nice if we can pull this off. Brendan's fit, boys and girls. Worry not, Brendan's fit. Get Machinaka in as well. Actually, you know what? For today, we go with Fernando. Machinaka can just accept it and come off the bench. He's wanted by Oxford. That has really put him down in my estimation. I feel like he may be not the player we thought he was if Oxford want him. No, this would be us retaining the title if we win this. We won it for the first time last year. But Celtic have been much better this year. Celtic had a massive off-season last year and just weren't competitive. If we hadn't have won it last year, it would have been Hearts. Whereas this year, Celtic are back. So it'll be more of an achievement retaining this year against a Celtic that are actually trying to win it. Both us and them have already got more points than we won the league with last year. This is a penalty kick, ref. You better be giving this as a penalty. I love it that he's gone the long way round. Got to run into the opposition half briefly. Please take this out for FM25. This is so boring and pointless. This doesn't add anything, all this waiting. Penalty kick. Here we go. Here we go. Who's that taking it? Who is that? Oh, it's Little Kev. Little Kev looks massive. Little Kev had a growth spurt. He looked enormous. Right, let's just not concede a goal now, please and thank you. Very simple task for the second half. Oh, it's a pervert corner. The new style of pervert corner. The undefendable FM24 pathetic corners. Offside, referee. Come on. Right, come on, let's... Why is Hall in midfield? What have I done there? I don't think I did that on purpose. I must have made a mistake there somehow. In quite an important match. And I immediately change it back and we concede. So maybe I was right to have it the way it was. I have got tissues to make my own fruit smoothies each morning, more variety and a lot cheaper. Yeah, but not enough protein. I need that protein in the morning. I need that protein every meal. We've won the league. We'll get back to talking weight loss after we've celebrated this for a moment. But we've won the league at Celtic, 2 in a row. Beautiful stuff. Oh, hey, lovely, lovely, lovely. I was at my healthiest when I had an omelette and veggies for breakfast. The problem with that is when I had my last blood checks late last year, I was on the cusp of high cholesterol. I didn't have high cholesterol, but I was on the cusp and was told to have no more than 2 eggs a week as a result. Right, let's win the cup then. Easy. Is it a hot take to say rugby makes for a better viewing than football? I mean, I think wrong. I've very rarely sat through a rugby match watching. I find it pretty boring to watch. More fun to play, pretty dull to watch. Right, penalties it is then. Let's see if Walter's up there with King George. Of course he is. Best goalkeeper in the league. Soon to be the best goalkeeper in the world. Pabega's last kick of his professional career is the opening penalty of the shootout. And now Walter can continue doing his business. I see. The Dave Cave. Yes, we did get rid of Walter's release clause. 'Tis gone. Right, Bridge Wilkinson. This might be his last kick in an East Fife shirt. Because I think he might be one of the ones we move on this summer. He's been good, but I think we've moved beyond him. 2-2. Over to you once again, Walter. That's why you spend big money on a goalkeeper, boys and girls. One of our many Brazilian wonder kids now, Canuto. Do a football. He does. Easy. Easy peasy. And now one more penalty save for Walter. And we're done. Come on then, Walter. I'll take our 5th penalty. How embarrassing. Stranak. Come on then. Our left back / attacking midfielder. Because that's a combo every player should be able to do. Oh, what's going on? Walter's doing his best, but everyone else is being bottly. Come on then, Walter. Back over to you. Sudden death. Oh, dear. Well, Rangers are winning the cup then, it seems. Gregory. Another of the Brazilian wonder kids. They don't let you down. Brazilian wonder kids. I just want a whole 11 of Brazilian wonder kids. That was a great penalty from Gregory. Walter with another save. What's that? 3, 4? 3 saves, I think that is from Walter now. And now an injured Romero. To win the cup. That's the treble, boys and girls. We've certainly done well with penalty-saving goalkeepers. Brendan's got his kit back on. The aliens are in. Most complete version of Football Manager ever. Oh! Come on. Hey! Excellent stuff. Although we have to qualify for the Champions League. Pathetic. Good work, Walter. Walter's a wonder kid now as well. I mean, actually, he already was. How many have we got in the Dream 11 now? Just Walter and Fernando. That needs to start increasing. Look at that. That's a beautiful sight. A season review full of trophies. So, signing of the season, as you can imagine, some guy called Walter. £4 million, absolute bargain. Won the league, maxed out our attendance. That's poor. We need someone who's going to score more goals than that. But an A+ season. Jolly good all round. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Money's on the way up. Reputation's on the way up. Maybe we could try and get that Vinicius guy again now. Pabega, interestingly, selling more shirts than anybody. Are we going to have to add him to the coaching staff the way we did Skip? Has he become a hero in his 1 year here at the club? Bavage also selling more than Brendan, and Bavage has been sold. Young Player of the Year, signing of the season, highest average rating. Hearn wins Player of the Year. Lynn is our all-time record signing. Escobar, our all-time record sale. Smashing. There's still some older names in there that need replacing. Rory's still in there, for goodness sake. It's time to get some Brazilians in here. We've got pretty decent strength in depth everywhere. It's a team that's just won the treble. We're going to need another defensive midfielder to replace Pabega. And we're going to need to sell some of these attackers that we've got. We've got too many of them. We're not going to do any business until the window opens. We're not in any rush. Reach the Champions League proper. We're actually required to win the Premiership now, so the board really are starting to take us seriously as a good team, which is nice. So we're going to win the league. And the players believe we're going to win the league as well. We're a big team. We're the biggest team in Scotland now. 2 in a row, and the players believe it. Mensah wins Players Player of the Year. Wowzers. Walter wins Young Player of the Year. Rookie Walter. And the Football Writers Young Player of the Year. I'm the Manager of the Year. And we have several representatives in the Team of the Year. And our little wonder kid, our little homegrown boy, has signed his contract. Zuluaga is now a permanent player for us. After his excellent loan spell. Plus, he's Colombian, so he can help the new Colombian boys settle, which is splendid. Does anyone know who that guy is? I do not remember signing him or remember him existing. Well, there you go. So anyone up to 21, I think, is fair game here. We want the ones that are wanted by the bigger clubs. Like, if we could pinch someone like that who's wanted by Man City, that's what we're looking for. So, right. We need a defensive midfielder, so we like the look of this guy. He on a release clause. He is. So let's pay his release clause. And then he's wanted by 15 clubs as a left winger / left back. He's my kind of player. Is he going to be a release clause as well? Oh no, he actually might be someone we could get on the Never Never. Obviously, we want players on the Never Never if possible. So you can get more of them. There we go. And then that's the guy that's wanted by Man City, isn't it? So we definitely want him. So let's say 2 million up front. And then push that down a little bit. Like there. Yeah. Beautiful. Agreeing to 50% of the next profit. Yeah, we're not going to sell him. We're buying these players to use them, not sell them. And then this guy is wanted by Fulham and Leipzig. So let's try for him as well. Excellent. Yoink, yoink. Get this stuff gone. Get this stuff gone. Ba 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 ba. And then once we've got this batch in, which hopefully we'll get all 4 of them, then we can work out who we're going to sell, because we need to be able to register a Champions League squad. That's interesting. Smith, who's never played a game for us, has sold more shirts than most of the squad. So clearly they like the idea of getting a homegrown guy off of a rival Premiership team. Yeah, we will have that advantage when it comes to registration this summer, that some of these players have now been here 2 years, so won't need to be registered for the Champions League squad. So although Kevin Brown will never actually become homegrown at club because of a stupid glitch in the game, so he's probably not the best example, but someone else of his age who's been here a while. Kobo would be another one. So Kobo won't need registering. And then he'll have a year of not needing to be registered, then he'll be homegrown at club. So Kobo, even though he doesn't get anywhere near the team, is someone we probably do keep around for homegrown. Edson's another one I think goes into that category. We're not really using him enough. Oh, he's only been here a year. If they've only been here a year, it's not as useful. I'm fairly confident we can keep enough homegrown in Scotland players just by signing players from other Scottish teams. It's the homegrown at club we need to focus on. Oh, Fernandez has gone to Villa. Boo and hiss. I am a transfer genius. Ah, Ramos has failed his work permit. Let's appeal. Right, now he's got his work permit. That was the guy who just failed, wasn't it? No, that's a different guy. Okay, well, he's in anyway. Christian Bravo. Yet another left back. We've got loads of left backs. We've got like 4 left backs. We're going to have to bin off some left backs. Ramos, he was the one who failed initially. And then we're just waiting for this guy to get his work permit. So come get your work permit, you rascal. Oh, all our new boys are in. Oh, blimey. Oh, look what we've got here. Oh. Oh. It's all over for Gregory. We've got an American. He's actually Scottish. Oh, he's that one that we took a gamble on because of his Scottishishness. So he'll become homegrown at club. He won't, obviously. He will, though. And he's already a wonder kid as well. So the only player we've had previously who's come in at 18 already a wonder kid is Walter. So he's quite exciting. And then Bravo as a new left back. And Diaz is the other Colombian striker. Oh. So we just get the guy who's available for nothing. Might as well. There you go. Emergency backup goalkeeper. We just need a third keeper for the Champions League squad, and he has to be Scottish. So he's hopefully never going to have to play. Well, Kobo definitely is done. I think we just try and cash in on him. Which is a shame, as he's one of the closest players at the club to becoming homegrown. It's just going to lead to problems if we keep him. Lynn and Hall. Dalton Brennan is another one who's on the verge of becoming homegrown at club, but is never going to be good enough to actually play for us. So we may as well just bin him off. And then this is another area where we've got to get rid of loads. Right, up front, we've got Navarro who's just come in. Brendan. Gomez is out for the year with cruciate ligaments, so we kind of pretend he doesn't exist. Diaz is the other new boy. And then Machinaka and Canuto are both attacking midfielders, so we don't need to get rid of a striker. Machinaka was another one who was one of the best players last year. And is probably another one who's on the verge of becoming homegrown at club. Yep. I think we have to keep him. He's been here 2 years. He's a freebie in the Champions League squad, I think. Is he young enough to be? I think he is. So we keep him because it doesn't affect squad registration, so we can pretend he doesn't exist for this. Bravo and Kobo are fullbacks, so We've really, on the left, only got Fernando and Canuto. And then on the right, it's New Boy Ramos and Gregory. Yeah. And then attacking midfield, Vegas and Smith. So Bridge Wilkinson's done. And then obviously Fernando and the like can cover in there. So Bridge Wilkinson's the other one who goes, I think. 14.5 million for him works. Right, new defensive midfielder is in as well. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Williams wants to know why he's being sold, because I don't want him to be here anymore. We have so many options in your position that I struggle to find a place for you in the team. Let me fight for my place. No. See, here, this is where we should have the option to say to him, okay, that's fair enough, but you won't be in the Champions League squad. Is that okay? Because that's the only reason I want rid of him. Otherwise, I'd keep him. If you're watching Sports Interactive, that should be an interaction option here. Yes, you can stay, but you won't be getting in the Champions League squad. Are you okay with that? Right, I forgot this guy existed. I think he's someone we can definitely sell. There's a big offer for Bridge Wilkinson. Now we can get him on the transfer list as well. That's a decent-sized offer for Williams. Lovely, lovely. And some offers for Kobo. And then once these are all gone, we'll work out how much money we've got and see if we need to buy anyone else. Right, we've moved up 2 places to 9th position. Huzzah! So we get our automatic qualification to the league phase back. Of course, this guy's another left-back. Well, I guess he's primarily a centre-back. We really need him to be properly scouted. Okay, he's quite a good centre-back. There you go. Reece Tennant is in. We have 3 goalkeepers, even though one of them is rubbish. Thank you, Jordan. You've been a great servant. Too many Brazilians. The club outgrew him. He'd have been a club legend if we hadn't have advanced quite as quickly. Relocation completion. Proudly announced the completion of the move to East Fife Stadium. What a name. Couldn't have been named after the club's greatest legend, no? There you go. New centre-back is in. Jose Carlos. He'll do, won't he? Can't head, but who cares? We've got other players who can head. Right, transfers going through. So Bridge Wilkinson's gone. We've got 2 youngsters coming in, who I think we just brought in on the basis of the fact that they were under 18 with a little bit of potential, so will become homegrown eventually. Carling, I forgot he was still here, is gone. Williams is gone. Oh, Mensah's gone. I did not expect to be able to get money for him this summer. So 12.5 million is a good piece of business for a man we've been trying to get rid of pretty much since he arrived. And despite that, he's been a very good player for us. Oh, he's Scottish, but not homegrown, so no use. I mean, do we need another striker? If we sign another striker, that means we have to bin off Brendan. I'm not sure I like the sound of. Right, Simpson Pussy is gone as well. Not bad for a 30-year-old. Got 2 years out of him, made a big profit. We've got so much money and nobody to spend it on. I imagine there's no other Scottish players in the Dream 11. He's 31, not interested. They've got themselves a 19-year-old Brazilian. How dare they? Who the hell do they think they are? That's my thing. Should we just take him from them? Just to show that we can. Oh, I'm so tempted to just take him from Celtic just to show that we can. We'll put a pin in that. We're looping back round to that in a second, I think. Because he'd already be on his way to becoming homegrown in Scotland as well. So it's not completely insane. And also has the added benefit of weakening Celtic. Just help ourselves to the best centre-back in the league. Hey. Because we can. Boom. Who's the biggest club in Scotland? Exactly. Because we can. Lovely stuff. That's what I'm talking about. We've still got 30 million. We've just spent 22 million pounds on Celtic's best defender, and we've still got 30+ million to spend. Remember when we were really struggling financially at this club? That feels like a long time ago. Who's our best 11 now? I thought he was left-sided. Are they both left-sided? Oh no, he's right-sided but can play left-back. And he's left-sided. Okay, so that's perfect. Oh, I tell you what. That, boys and girls, looks like a good football team. I think he's the next upgrade. As much as I love him, he was the first really good player we had, I think. He was the start of the change. He was the start of this phase of development. And I think because of that, we keep him another year. I suspect he'll be the next one that gets upgraded out of the team. So the game thinks I need a defensive midfielder. I am inclined to agree. We've just said that. Oh God, are we upgrading on her now? He's 6'2". He's got 81 international caps. He's still only 27. And he's so much better than any of our other defensive midfielders. We might be doing it now. He's unsure about coming. Understandably. We've got to persuade him. He wants a lot of money. Maybe we're not getting him. This is the problem with getting ready-made players. We can't afford to pay them. Yeah, never mind. Right, boys and girls, I think we're going to call it there on tonight's stream. So I am pretty confident the next stream will be Tuesday. There is always the chance it will be tomorrow, but I'm trying to avoid streaming 2 days in a row so that it doesn't stress out Topher.